We're the idiots that locked our parents out.
What do you mean we locked out?
And then surprised them with the news we're going to build their dream home.
No, you're not.
Growing up, Mum and Dad always inspired us boys to keep fit and live an active lifestyle. And we absolutely embraced it. Whether it was swimming, rock climbing, or doing parkour, we literally did any sport under the sun. And as time's moved on, us four boys carry that throughout our life. But Mum and Dad, on the other hand, have seemed to have forgot what they have been preaching to us. Falling down a rabbit hole of bad habits. So in this video, we are attempting to reignite the spark by turning an old room into their dream gym.
And this here is the future gym room. And right now, it doesn't look like much.
And although there's no chance we're fitting a swimming pool in here, we have gone and found the craziest things we could find to put in this gym. And Mum and Dad have no idea. Starting off with the most important part, in my opinion. Because this room is so small, we're installing full-length mirrors to make this room feel double the size. And also help Mum and Dad keep an eye on their posture.
Oh my God! This room looks massive already!
That is sick, actually.
What?
Wow.
So the mirrors are in and looking pretty good. But now it's time for the hardest and most scariest part. If carrying them up the stairs without smashing them wasn't hard enough, we're attempting to float these things in mid-air. So using a level, we're drawing our straight line to the height we want them to be. And then with great difficulty, we're removing all the skirting board because this is old and getting upgraded. And with them being removed, we could now start our floating process. The vision was to sit the mirrors on this piece of wood we bolted in.
Okay, ready for our mirror. Let's get sticky.
And then stick it back so it's invisibly fixed to the wall. These mirrors are super heavy, so if this glue doesn't work, there's a chance this mirror could have slide off the wall. And once we pushed it back and assessed the whole mirror, we noticed it may not have been the best idea.
Oh, fucking hell.
Around a few of the corners, there were a few gappy bits that didn't feel too good. But once we filled them with more silicone,
That's crazy nice.
we were pretty happy.
Look at that.
That's crazy.
You guys better get used to seeing yourself in the mirror this episode. I can't believe how good these mirrors actually make this room look. It makes it feel so much bigger. It's such a skinny room, but with this, it makes it feel so wide. Like,
It's mad. It opens the whole room up. But right now, it looks kind of bad still.
it's a little bit dark.
And that's because for the last 2 months, we've been living off temporary power supplies.
But what, Toby?
Today, that's gonna change, isn't it, Dan?
We're gonna get some lights on.
Hey! We're gonna DKM! DKM! DKM. And we are so excited to get good lights in the gym specifically because lighting is so important in the gym. You can check yourself out. And you need them perfect reflections.
So Dan got straight to work. In the center of this room, we're just having basic standard spotlights, which he's installing now. But that's specifically because if we didn't do normal lights, I think Dad would poop himself about the electric bill.
Damn.
And also so we can give him that excuse when we install the sick lighting later on this video.
Oh, let's give it a flick on.
But regardless, we were still excited because it's the first time we'd have had lights upstairs since the start of this project.
2, 1. Oh, this never gets old.
You just never know with Dan if it's gonna work.
We've got lights in the gym.
And when you're on the floor, you see them in the mirror. It looks sick.
It feels like a room. You know, beforehand it felt like you were just screwed and this is never going to get
It
done.
was just the storage box full of
yeah.
old mouldy stuff.
But now it's going to be a gym.
Wow.
Now these lights just felt amazing to have in the room. And don't forget, while renovating this house, Toby is living in the room next to this one. So we thought after 2.5 months, it's probably best to get him some lights and make his life that little bit easier.
3, 2, 1.
Oh!
Oh, guys, I'm gonna be able to brush my teeth in the light.
That's crazy.
Wow. You guys genuinely have no idea how much this changes my life every day. That's actually crazy. Until you live without lights, you have no idea what a blessing it is to just have it. It's so weird.
It's such a wonder in the world that we like take for granted, though. We just take
It's
for granted
crazy.
every day.
I know. Guys, don't underestimate your lights.
And because we don't underestimate lights, we are going above and beyond with this next piece. Directly above where the mirrors are, we're installing some feature lighting that's just going to make this room look so much better. And being LEDs, this is Dan's speciality. And once he cut up all the profile and stuck it into the corner, we started to understand why Dan was so
This is
excited.
gonna transform the room.
And this did exactly that. And with the LED strips in, this room is looking incredibly nice. But this doesn't stop there. Even though the mirrors we just installed look that good, they're about to look better and the rest of the room too.
Right, now we are finally ready to make this room look absolutely amazing. Get rid of all those ugly spots which nobody likes to see. And for that, we've got a Gavin. Here we go, this is about to look insane.
Now, Gavin has one of the most important jobs of this whole room. Because for him today, it's not just plastering. We've set him the mission to try and make these mirrors look like they've sunk into the wall. And once it started priming it and setting it all up, he was off on his way. Even with the extra challenge, Gavin wasn't fazed. And being a gym lad himself, he is so excited to see how this room ends up turning out at the end of the week. And after seeing what Gavin's done, I can't wait either.
And 3 days later, the plaster is officially dry, and the mirrors look so blinking good when they're sunken into the wall. They've come out better than we expected. These small finer details, like sinking the mirror into the wall, are ones that just make this room look so much better and have the room feel so much more clean. But with the whole room now plastered, what does that mean we can do, babe?
Give it its first coat of paint.
Woo!
And as always with a freshly plastered room, the first step is to add water to your paint and add a mist coat.
Here we go.
But of course, as always on this project, there is so many things going on. So while Maddie was inside mist coating away, me and Toby were up on the roof, fixing something that you guys pointed out.
Now me and Josh are up on the roof because a couple of videos ago, you guys suggested putting chicken wire over the solar panels to stop the birds from coming. And as you can see, they've already started having fun.
Now, a few episodes ago, we actually installed solar panels on the roof. And a lot of you guys in that comment section told us that birds will nest if we don't stop them.
Now, and it's not a matter of if the birds nest. When the birds nest, they actually start damaging the tiles and pooing everywhere. And we don't want that, do we, Toby?
Not at all.
So today, while Maddie's mist coating, we're on pest control. And in order to stop these pesky things from nesting under our panels, we're shoving rolled up chicken wire underneath, which is going to prevent them from wanting to get under there.
We're weaving around the back of this one, around the center of the other one. We are mesh man.
What the hell?
And this is as fiddly as it looks. Despite receiving dozens of cuts, the panels still needed chicken wiring above and below, which meant we had to climb on the tiles. But whilst me and Toby tackled this back inside, Maddie was still working hard. 2 of the 4 walls were complete, and then she could start painting around the mirror. Now, everything we're doing looks super easy, but it's always super time consuming. And sometimes, in order to get things done, we have to work into the night.
And all of a sudden, all the chicken wire mesh is done, and it's just got pitch black out here because it's winter, and it gets so dark so early. And while I'm on the topic of things being dark, I want to mention this brightest torch we have ever found, by the way. Ready, this is the garden, and that's with the torch. Like, that's how bright it is. Off, on. It's crazy. But anywho, with all the work up here done, it's time to jump back downstairs.
So now this room is finally ready for some colour. But before we do that, I just want to say a huge thank you to yfood for actually making this gym room possible and sponsoring this video.
We have seen yfoods all over the internet. They are essentially a meal in a bottle and boast 30 grams of protein and 26 minerals and vitamins. And in our opinion, they just taste amazing.
Wow. So these are the perfect solution with our busy lifestyle, converting this gym and doing this crazy project. And something tells me that 30 grams of protein is going to come handy later on.
But moving on with yfoods on our side, we can continue and paint the gym.
Oh! That's sick! Rolling on lovely as well.
And just like that, we are officially painting the gym room. At first, we did think it was a little bit too bright, but it actually dries up way darker.
And with the first wall being green, this looks so much better and the gym's really coming to life. What do you think?
I love it. I just want to peel that tape off. I know it's going to be so crisp.
But the reason why this gym is actually green is because it's not as much so about lifting as heavy weight as you can, high music, keeping active. It's more about just keeping the parents moving, giving them a nice space to feel fit. Just relax and breathe. And a fun fact about Mum is that she does yoga every single morning, so she's definitely going to use this and make the most out of this space possible.
And if you really think about it, Mum actually likes colour in her home. Whether it's subconscious or not, previously her home was full of it. So although it may not be everyone's favourite colour, I think Mum is going to absolutely love this room.
We've just found a hole and I think the door might be the culprit. Order a door stopper for that.
And to contrast the lovely green with painting the ceilings just standard white. And with painting done, there's one thing left to do.
Wow, wow, wow. Look at this room. It's been greenified, making it nice and pucker. The mirror's looking gorgeous.
Yeah, this is crazy and it's so zen.
Oh, not right now, because look at the state of this blinking floor.
Yeah, let's do something about
Because we hate the sight of this, and even though it's got the right vibe,
that. It's nowhere near as pucker as what we're about to install.
Oh, look at that.
That's nice.
Oh, it feels so blinking pucker on my feet.
so without any hesitation, we started laying the flooring down. But straight away, we discovered something quite bad.
Now, we have actually noticed that there is a slight problem with where we've replaced the old floorboards. Depends how you have it, but there is a slight...
You see there, it's slightly bouncing.
And you're just gonna feel it under your feet.
We're gonna try and sand it back.
Yeah, sand it, something might work.
So the plan is for high spots exactly like this one, we're just gonna try and sand it back and see if it even works.
So using the high grit pad, we started shaving it, attempting to make it level. And fingers crossed this worked, because if it didn't, it would mean we'd have to replace all the floorboards with new ones. But that's only because of the nature of the flooring that we're attempting to install.
That there is so much better. And after the dustiest job of my whole life, the floor is finally pucker smooth, enough that I would wanna rub my face on it. But anyway, the reason why that was so important to get so smooth and pucker is because this flooring right here, which we're gonna be using, doesn't even stick down. It doesn't do anything. All it does is click and lay into place.
Hopefully it's easy.
But when things seem easy, they're normally the most difficult things to figure out. But this time,
Woo! That's done so well.
this flooring is exactly what it says on the tin. But before we get too excited, we had to see if the skirting board would fit where we meant it to be.
Oh, it looks so flush.
But as we explained last week's episode, the skirting boards upstairs is going to be heated skirting board, which you don't actually install until right at the end of the project when all the flooring's down upstairs. And at this pace, it won't take very long.
Alright, and we've just hit about the halfway point in the gym room, and this floor is looking so good. What do you reckon, Josh?
It's just blinking crazy, so much better, and yeah, I can't wait to get the rest down.
Yeah, there is one problem though in this corner. It kind of moves in this one corner.
Nowhere else.
Nowhere else. So
Or we're hoping that when we come around to actually fitting the skirting boards down, they have enough weight on them to hold that corner down, which will then stop the bounce of your feet. So, hopefully that fixes it.
But in the meantime, we had some work to do where the flooring meets the hallway.
Plonk him on top. That hides.
I'll join.
And for the rest of the flooring, we were cracking on. While I was laying in upstairs, Toby was downstairs cutting the joints down the strip.
I love that thing.
And the second that these were smashed into place and hammered in,
Oh, look at that!
the flooring in the gym room was officially complete. And the vibe we're going for has been matched perfectly. Mum's new yoga room was coming to life. And with the flooring down in the gym room,
It is the perfect opportunity for all of us idiots to have a sit down and munch up some yfood.
since the start of this video, we have been munching and tasting all the different flavors.
What one's your favourite, babe?
Definitely the coffee one. Yoink.
They've also sent us out a load of different flavoured bars to try to keep us fueled on the go.
Yoink.
Not all of them.
These bars are super pucker. They contain 14 grams of protein and even include a vegan option.
That's good.
What else have you got?
Oh, I've just got more flavours.
They spoil us. And the best part, yfood is actually having an early sale, which means you guys can get 20% off all products on the website except subscriptions. And you guys can give it a try for 20% cheaper by using the code TPI-YouTube. And if you guys don't know where to start, I recommend you trying this Pucker Taster Pack. And now us idiots are all the way fueled up, it's time to start making this room a gym.
Starting with our favourite part. Hanging directly over the window, we're hoping to install a pull-up bar. But these, as everyone else knows, are renowned for falling off. So with ours, we're making sure it's bolted in pucker.
Look at this thing. Oh!
We check the instructions.
Yeah.
We decided for this pull-up bar to take things quite seriously because we don't want mum and dad falling off and hurting themselves. But the second we started drilling in these massive bolts, it was causing more problems than anything.
Oh no. That's bad news.
That's what we get for having nice things.
Everywhere we were drilling was causing massive problems.
I think it's cracking because we've gone through Gavin's metal plaster bead, so it's just cracked all the way down the side. So we should have bolted it up more, but we can't now, so we'll have to try and fill them cracks later on.
But before we forced ourselves to have to fill the cracks, we attempted to see if these bolts would work anyway. But it turns out that they weren't even lining up correctly.
I think we've just got to move it over. Yeah.
What? What a blinking nightmare. I've essentially drilled all these holes and they are all useless. I started drilling into our new place, we moved it up because we were hitting the original metal bit here, but now we've raised the holes up, I'm drilling into the concrete lintel for the window itself, and that has rebar running through it, and I'm hitting directly at the rebar. So I can't drill anymore, the whole brickwork has come down. So now we're going to move the pull-up part over to here. Third time lucky.
So it turns out you shouldn't really install things over the top of windows. So now we're attempting to move it over the side where it's a brick wall. We initially had it over the window so when you hang, you could look out at the gorgeous view.
I'm in.
But instead we're bolting it over here because this one is actually going to work.
Finally, after so many holes, we hopefully have a pull-up bar. Oh, she's off the ground.
You're just hanging there.
This is sick.
How's it hanging? It didn't even move.
Feels solid.
It didn't move.
Yeah.
Alright.
Show off.
Yeah. Oh, first gym equipment installed.
Wow.
Look at that.
Look at that thing.
Doubles as a punching bag.
Oh.
I think it's lucky that you've got that here so you can practice.
Lucky it's not your head.
But now, very fun fact, okay? When Dad was younger, he used to be a pretty good boxer.
Yeah, semi-professional actually.
This is just an old beaten up, like, boxing bag we found in our room. And
Let's get a new one.
let's order a new one. I think that's fucking sick.
But whilst we wait for that to be delivered, we have some more gym equipment to be making up. Downstairs, Maddie is working on the weight bench.
This is gonna look so cool in the gym room.
And to go alongside the weight bench, of course, you need some weights. But Mum and Dad, as they get on older, don't need anything too heavy.
Introducing the weight corner. Yo!
It looks really good.
The weights from Mum and Dad are more there to keep them toned. And also, it makes this gym room look pucker.
Wait, look at that!
And with the most recent additions, this gym room is looking amazing.
And right now, we're waiting for a couple of deliveries to finish off the gym room. So whilst that's happening, let me introduce you guys to my bedroom.
This is Toby's bedroom, a true resemblance of how hard we work. For the last year and a half now, we've been doing social media, using it to bring up people around us. And quite frankly, we love it so much that this is all we think about. It's quite frankly a dream come true. But because we're working so hard on these crazy projects, we have started to neglect ourselves maybe a little bit too much.
And believe it or not, this right here is where I've been sleeping throughout the entire renovation. And this room has been getting so dusty, and I'm so excited to give this place a bit of a touch-up.
But knowing us, we're not just gonna go for a touch-up, we're gonna completely renovate this room, and at the same time, completely change the layout of the upstairs of the house. We'll touch on that a little bit later on.
So now this room is finally sorted into a keep pile, a wash pile, and a bin pile. And during this process, I actually found something super special. This is Dad's old guitar, and he's always talked about getting that thing restrung and done up properly. So we're hoping to do that and surprise him with it at the end.
If we can, hopefully we can restore it.
Exactly, and it would be so nice for him.
So whilst we try and figure out someone who can help us out with a guitar, Toby started binning up all his useless stuff. And whilst Toby was doing that, we had something exciting arrive.
What is that?
Sand!
That's surely not what's supposed to be in there.
The new boxing bag arrived, and we're going to use all the old fillings from the previous bag to fill up the new one.
Oh, okay. That's better. Yeah. Sick! New bag acquired.
And with the new bag installed looking better, while Toby was finishing some final touch-ups in this room, me and Maddie were working on the yoga side of the gym room. And in this cupboard, we are installing some custom pucker shelves.
That's Parker. And now the shelves are filled, it's time to run down what we've got going on in each one of them. So this top shelf is for the yoga mat, and this is basically because Mum loves yoga and does it every single morning, so we've gone and bought her the best yoga mat we could find. Oh. And this middle shelf here is for all the smaller bits like punching gloves, resistance bands, and this foam roller for like massaging yourself and rolling out on it. So all the essential bits really. And down here on the floor is the most exciting part of the whole shelves. This thing here is pretty pucker. It's a vibrating plate, which is so good for your whole body, your lymph nodes, and your joints. And the best part of the gym, in my opinion, is this. This is a fold-away trampoline.
It's as simple as clicking it flat and then just jumping on and using it as normal.
This is sick! Oh, Mum's gonna love this thing, isn't it? 180. 180. Good for the lymph nodes, eh?
I can feel them loosening already.
But in my personal opinion, the best part about this whole entire gym is that all of this stuff can be tidied away within a click. And just like that, the whole gym is folded up and tucked away nice and neat in this cupboard. Which is super handy because meanwhile we've been doing this,
Toby has finally finished organising all his stuff in his room.
And now we're ready to skip my entire room.
And it's time for us to finally clear this room up and start making some major changes. Starting with the only thing Toby wants to keep.
on the piano.
And for the rest of it in his room, it's Hello Final Destiny.
Oh, sick!
Oh yeah.
How's that feel?
That feels so good.
And with the brilliant feeling of clearing stuff out, we started tackling the rest of the grimness. But with all of Toby's stuff getting binned, you're probably wondering, where are we going to be putting him?
Alright, and that is the first half of the room cleared out, and how much bigger does it feel already?
It's crazy once you start smashing stuff. The thing is, half of that was barely mine, so like,
Yeah.
goodbye things.
Hello, life. Now, you may notice we started smashing up the edgings of this cupboard, but we're actually going to touch on that a little bit later on. We got some super exciting plans for that. But first, let's move Toby into his new home.
Maddie kindly folded up all of Toby's clothes, and Toby carried all of the piles into his new room.
Into his new bedroom.
Oh yeah.
For the meantime, while we work on his room, Toby is going to be living in the gym.
At the end of this week, I'm gonna be jacked.
And it didn't take him long to start feeling like it was home again.
Guys even installed me like hanging things. Wow.
But as for the rest of the stuff in his old bedroom, it was time to say goodbye. This bed right here was a hand-me-down from our older brother Leon, so you can tell as a family we make the most out of things. And that's why we're so excited to have a nice, good, fresh start.
That is one hell of an empty shelf.
But right now, it's still got this thing on the floor.
I can't it! Ew! Looks like cobwebs or like mold.
And quite frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was mold. But taking up this old underlay took me and Toby a little bit back down memory lane.
And fun fact, when me and Toby were younger, this is the floor we actually used to live with. And you can kind of see it because my bed was there, Toby's was there. Then this is where we'd be walking.
All worn
You
away.
can see it from all the worn marks on the floor.
My little tiny feet.
Look, you can see all our stickers when we was babies. We've got a little lion there. A little thumbs up. Oh, look. Cars.
Josh didn't get any stickers, he wasn't well behaved enough.
Now this room's empty, we can finally tell you the plans for this place. Especially this cupboard.
Introducing the world's biggest, it seems, shower tray. But this being in here isn't what you think.
Because directly backed onto Toby's bedroom is the family shared bathroom. And in here is so small, dark and unoptimized. And Toby's bedroom is just so massive.
And I don't need all this space to myself, so we've decided to actually make my room a little bit smaller to extend the bathroom. And fit a walk-in shower. It's gonna be sick.
And by using Toby's old closet, you're making this old bathroom way bigger, way brighter, and just hopefully way better. But before we can do anything inside of here, on the other side of the wall is full of plumbing, pipes, and live water. And that's what we thought anyway.
Oh, but where's the water as well? Oh, it's been disconnected, hasn't it? Last episode.
But as for the basin, that was definitely working. So we gave ourselves access to the pipes underneath and turned off the main water.
Oh, goodbye water.
And then disconnected the basin so we could eventually get rid of it.
That is literally solid.
Disagree. Paul.
There's no way.
Grab it.
Oh, we've got the waste pipe.
Dripping on me.
Look at it now.
And the last thing hanging onto this wall by a thread was this vanity unit.
Oh, that didn't take much.
Well, I did not need a hammer.
That gone, we all of a sudden have a fresh blank wall to smash through. Now this is so exciting for us because this whole time we've been hinting to Mum, what is the most exciting room you want to see get transformed? What's her answer?
The bathroom.
She hates this place and always has and can never get it looking good. So we are so excited to get this thing completely ripped out, but obviously not this episode, coming soon.
And with the bathroom wall completely ripped out, we can start marking up on Toby's bedroom and cutting out for the huge shower tray. And once we had our line, we could start smashing the wall down.
That's it. What the hell? Look at that, that's what's holding it together.
That's
And with the first wall down, we started tackling the rest of them. Removing this cupboard was so satisfying, especially because you could see the room instantly get transformed. But it does cause a lot of mess. So once we cleared all that up, it was time to admire.
And just like that, Toby's once old, disgustingly bad bedroom is now empty.
This is so weird.
Wall's gone, everything's empty, so much bigger and crazy in here. Now the next thing to do in this room is actually smash down this wall and open it up to the bathroom, but that's not going to happen until next week's episode because we've actually run out of time. There is so much crazy stuff happening next week. We're installing the shower, doing Toby's bedroom, and also we've got the sofa coming, which means the living room has to be done.
Everything is happening.
Oh my god! So if you guys are excited for that, make sure you subscribe, and if you want to support us idiots further, go be a professional idiot and go cop yourself some merch because this is super soft, pucker and sick, and the second you start calling yourself a professional or something is the second you stop learning. So be an idiot, embrace that stuff, and we'll see you guys next week. Goodbye. Goodbye!